Good morning, everybody. Look, we are on day 2 now of our Tennessee road trip to go into these Goodwills. We are currently pretty much down the street from where we were staying at a place called Lebanon. So we're going to go in here, see what we can find, and flip online for a profit.
Let's go.
Yeah, come in. Just go straight to the purses. It's a pretty cool design.
Oh, I was thinking.
Maurice.
I thought you was videoing only.
We are.
Are you just videoing her?
Videoing her, yeah.
You gonna post it on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yep, we're resellers, and we record the things we find and post it.
Really?
Yep.
Can you video me?
Well, hello.
Hey.
This young lady happens to be one of the great employees at the Goodwill, so.
Yes. That's a cute Mickey Mouse phone.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
My nieces are going to Disney, and I'm jealous. We got this pretty lunchbox.
No, thank you though. Alright guys, we're going to look around a little bit more and I'll come back if we find something. Unfortunately, their electronics section's a little bit more limited than some of the other ones we've been to. I like that rifle bag right there though. I was needing one not too long ago. And I don't need more, and unfortunately that one right there is much better than the one I got. Whole wall of home appliances. What we got on the price for it? $14.99 for that one. How about this one? This one does not appear to have a price. Oh goodness. Alright. Well, I'm gonna look into this, guys, and see how much it is. Alright guys, check this out. This was made by Jax. It's Master Yoda.
Return to train. You have?
Wow. That's cool.
Ready or not? Of course, you must learn.
Now, are you gonna sell that, or are you
I
gonna
don't know.
keep it?
That might be tough. And then this R2 unit down here. Wow, as I pull his leg up, that's wonderful.
Is it a leg or is that an arm?
I mean, technically, I guess it's his arm, but. Hold on, give him a minute. There we go. So, I'm not entirely sure how they both are supposed to function, but R2 is only $4.99,
How much is Mr. Yoda?
and Master Yoda is $5.99.
And they sell for?
I can't find specific comps on R2, but I guarantee he sells for a lot more than $5. Master Yoda, I have found him because he's supposed to have a lightsaber in his hand as well. The lightsaber is missing.
There wasn't one in the cart?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But Master Yoda without his saber has sold for as much as $50 or $55.
Awesome. Good find, babe.
Yep. All right, boys and girls, here we are. We are at the next Goodwill. We are in Smyrna, Tennessee. And this is stop number 2 for the day. Let's go see what they got.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, go here. Let's see what they got.
Oh, a lot of Sims.
I think this is going to be another one of those things where all the game cases are empty. People steal stuff. Oh, no. That one's actually in there. That's good. Maybe. We'll have to see. So, not seeing a whole lot here. Well, all right, well, I guess we will move on down the way here and look at some other stuff then. I'll get back with you guys in just a minute. So I found a Sony CD radio and tape player combo. Sold recently for $40. I think they're asking $4.99 for it. And this DeWalt multi-tool, just a pouch. They're asking $6.99 and it has sold for $40 here recently. Those little votive holders, I'll have to check with the missus, but I think those are something special also. So that's what we've found so far. They're definitely bringing things out, but it doesn't seem to be a lot of the things that we're looking for that we sell. So I'll get back with you guys if there's anything else. All right, everybody. So we are now in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We had stopped at a yard sale and an estate sale in between. Sorry we didn't film any of that, but it wasn't much to show really.
Did get a couple things.
Just picked up a couple of things. It really wasn't worth showing. So I guess we're gonna go in here and see what they got.
Here we go.
So we'll come back here. They're laid out a little different from some of the other ones we've been to around here. Excuse me. Alright, I'll walk around a little bit and I'll get back with y'all. Alright. So we've been looking through for a while now. We found a few things. Some things we're not 100% on. Anything interesting yet?
I don't know. Yeah, those. They're cool though.
Hello, welcome to Goodwill. How you doing
Hi,
today?
good. How are you?
Good, my dear.
Steve Madden.
Let's see what we found the old card here. Not a lot of this stuff. We found a really nice old granny square blanket. This Laguiole. Seems to be like an Italian knife set. We got to do a little more research on it, but we're finding that they're worth anywhere from $70 up to $300. So we're gonna have to do a little more research to nail it down. But at $10, it's definitely a pickup. Another one of those great big old rolling pins. Nice little pewter picture frame. A marble PVC figure. They're charging $20 for her, but she has sold for as much as $110 recently. And the plate here,
It's Department 56. Life's a cherry.
okay. So that's what we found so far. If we find anything else, we'll get back with you guys. All right, here we are. Stop number 2 of Murfreesboro. Gonna go here and hopefully find some good stuff.
Here we go.
Still like before. Most of the stores are pretty well laid out the same. You take a right and you come in, it's like purses, shoes, dresses. Ain't seen nothing too crazy yet, so.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Alright, well, guess I'm gonna get to looking through the clothes, and I'll get back with you guys in a little bit. Alright, so guys, here's what we found so far. Found this Mickey. He was denim Mickey. It was an American Eagle and Disney collaboration. He is $3.99. Comps on him are kind of up and down all around, but if I end up deciding that he's just not going to sell, I may end up just putting him in my own personal collection. Found a 2DS case with a good old Luigi on it for $2.99. Found a DC Multiverse character new in the package, and the package is like immaculate condition for $2.99.
And then I found a bunch of Scentsy wax melts, which they range anywhere between $6 to $9, so not a lot. And I'm only paying $4 for all 5 of them.
You could probably line them up and make a lot and make some money off that.
And they seem to be all fall scents, or fall and Christmas.
And they all look like they're new. So.
Yeah. So, not a big thing, but you know, every little bit counts.
All right. We'll bring you guys back in if we find anything else. All right, folks. We are now in Franklin, Tennessee. We were just at
Springs Hill,
and we just didn't find anything in there, so we didn't want to record. It wasn't worth it. So we're gonna go in here and see what they got.
Here we go.
All right, so we decided to come on in here, start looking through the media, seeing what they had.
This would be cool for the kids.
You know, that is actually really cool, and I swear
We've seen
we
it
saw
before.
one like that at our Goodwill. Yep,
That's really neat.
that is really cool. Wish we had the room and take it home. Yeah, I haven't picked up one game on this trip. Unfortunately, I just haven't been able to find one that was worth the $5.99 buy-in price to turn around and flip. So. So, honey,
Yes.
a lot of people would probably say, why do you pick up blankets?
I like rescuing handmade blankets.
What about the non-handmade? Like, because we pick up things like Vera and Anthropology and not just like half junked out blankets either. We make sure that they're in good shape before we pick them up and take them. And with the Goodwills back home, a lot of blankets are 99 cents. You know, you pick up a Vera Bradley for 99 cents. A lot of times it'll sell $20, $30 just depending on the design and how old.
But even if you sell it for $10.
Yeah, but even, yeah, like she said, even if it sells for $10, you know, there's still $10 investment over your money. Oh, they got some cards out, folks. I'm going to have to put this down for a moment so I can help her look through these, okay? Be back in a minute if I find anything. All right, guys. So, Mrs. found a macrame, like, art piece. She says boho is really in style right now. We need to pick it up at $4.99. It should easily triple our money, if not more. I found this high-speed compact flash memory still in the package. They're asking $2 for it. I've seen them as high as $30. Like this business grade router with power over Ethernet. They're asking $4.99, brand new sealed, and I've been seeing them for about $40, $45 range. So it's worth picking up. So I think that's about all we're gonna have. I think we're gonna go ahead because we're running out of time down here. We're gonna try to hurry up and get to as many more Goodwills as we can tonight. So we'll see y'all at the next one. All right, guys and gals, we are at the second Goodwill in Franklin. We just passed through the town square. It's pretty cool looking. Definitely a very historic area up through there. So let's go on in here and see what they got to find.
Here we go.
See where she goes to. Every time we go into one, she goes straight to the person's. But I guess that can't be helped when they're right as soon as you come in. Excuse me. We have a daughter looking for a fancy dress. That's one of the reasons she keeps looking at those too. All right. Let's see. Guess I'm gonna break off from her. Start my look-see through the clothing and everything, and I will get back with you guys if I find anything. Check us out. Tow meter alarm clock. $5.99. I came to Kmart from years ago. It's an old Kmart sticker. Looks like he's been used though. His cords are unraveled in the box, but whoever it was put him back in the box. So I think we're gonna pick him up and take him home. So far though, unfortunately, this one, I'm gonna say it's gonna probably be the only thing we have found, so I think we're gonna head out after this one. So we'll see y'all at the next one. All right, folks. We are really worn out. This may or may not be the last one. We're not sure. We'll have to see. It's almost 7 o'clock here locally, and that's on Central Time. And where we live in Kentucky, it is Eastern, so it's already 8 o'clock there, and there's a 4-hour drive home from where we're at. So,
And they close at 8 here.
And they close at 8 here. They don't close quite as late as they do at the ones back home. So we'll go in here, take a peek around, see if we can find anything. If we don't, we won't waste any time. We'll just go. So here's to hoping we find something.
Here we go.
Alright, guys. So I'm hoping we don't miss anything because we did make kind of an express run, I guess you could say an express run through here. On telephone. Anybody ever have one? I actually have a house phone, whoever that is. I'd say the majority of people probably don't have those anymore. Can't say nobody does, but I'm sure somebody does, but let's see. Guys, I'm gonna look through this a little more intently with my hands. I'll let you all know if I find anything. Alright guys, check this out. So I just found this. It's a Paint 3D still sealed for $19.99. Now granted, I cannot say for 100% certain what type of shape the paints are in, but I have seen on where a lot of these kits on eBay are selling for like $80 and $90, and they're from $19.99. So I think for an $8 price tag, I think it's worth picking up. If nothing else, we found at least one thing here. Hey, so what you found? What'd you find?
Okay, so I found something called the Green Witch Workshop Collection, and it's the Gift of Love. Limited edition. It's new in the box. It's never been taken out of the box.
Look at that, certificate of authenticity, sealed.
Yeah, and this particular one last sold for $24, but they are range from $24 to over $100. So
for different ones,
for
right?
different ones, right? So for $5, I think that's a no-brainer.
Good deal.
Now I'm looking to see if I find any more blue boxes.
All right, everybody. Here we are, the next morning after that long trip. Just kind of want to do a little recap and kind of give our thoughts on shopping at Goodwill in Tennessee, as we have been obviously in Kentucky. We've been in Indiana. So these are kind of some of the nice blankets that we picked up. I will say personally that I believe shopping and the Tennessee Goodwills was profitable. It was definitely, I would say, daunting as big as they are. Overwhelming, yeah. Their prices on some things, I find, compared to here in Kentucky, are comparable. Some things I found were a little more expensive. What were your thoughts?
I would say some things were higher, much higher than they are here in Kentucky. But some things, like the blankets, we don't normally find a lot of handmade blankets because as soon as they hit the racks, they're gone. So we don't find them. I do like how they're all set up. All Goodwills in Tennessee, for the most part, were set the same. Here in Kentucky, it's all over the place.
Yeah, the organization at the Tennessee Goodwills is just spot on. I mean, you know, shorts were with shorts, capris were with capris, activewear, you know, actually wasn't mixed in with the pants. You could go over, like, if you were looking for a pair of leggings or something like that, you had a section you could just go to and look at the leggings and not have to sort through all the jeans and the dress pants and,
But on the flip side, when it comes to shirts were color-coded. So you had all your white shirts together, all your red shirts together. And when I go looking for a shirt, I don't know what color shirt I want. I just want to look through the shirts and find one that's cool. So, pros and cons with that. But overall, I feel like we did a tremendous job.
Yeah, our haul here, as near as I can figure, because I know what we started with and what we ended with, this entire haul that you guys are seeing run us about $290, and the ish, give or take, And the profit
Here, I'll pull these up.
on them is, on the whole batch, is going to be pretty substantial. And of course, let's not forget Master Yoda and R2, they seem to be interactive. I was playing with R2 a few minutes ago. He was on the table. I said, "Hey, R2, follow me," and he shook his head back and forth like, I'm not doing it. Master Yoda, on the other hand, I think is a little more carefree because he started walking off the edge of the table, so we had to turn him back off.
But we did find several things that will go for over $100 there, which
we
don't find a lot here at our local.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, for example, this PVC figure, she is an X-Man. I am not particularly well versed with the newer X-Men, but she is new in the box. $20 is what I paid. She's been selling for about $100 to $120. Just like, wow.
The knife set was over $100.
Yeah, that knife set we paid $10 for, and there are several versions of that going for around $300. Of course, I still got to do a little more research to be 100%, but the Nerf Gelfire, brand new in the box. I mean, I guess maybe somebody's mom didn't like little Johnny having a BB gun, basically, with rubber BBs, and decided, no, we're going to donate that. The old Paint 3D, that was from 1999. So, of course, obviously, that's vintage, and it's not something you run across. A lot of these Paint 3Ds have been selling for around $80 to $100. Again, I'll have to do a little more research for this particular one. We also stopped at a yard sale and an estate sale. Like, for example, I picked up these tailor-made golf club covers. I do not believe they've ever been used. They're not dirty. They don't even seem broke in.
The canister set was from the Fire King bowl. Were from
Yeah, that's a Fire King bowl from an estate sale. It has a letter F on the bottom instead of saying Fire King. I'm going to have to look, but that one might possibly be a gem.
So if anybody knows anything about that, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. This old canister set, very, very old. I would say
they're made in Japan.
Made in Japan. It's vintage for sure, and possibly antique. I won't know without a little more research.
Several good finds, lots of research ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, like I said in the video, I picked up that Crow board game because The Crow was such a popular movie, and now it's going to have a popularity resurgence more than likely with the new movie coming out. So, underneath that, I guess you can see the stripes on it. It's a backgammon game. That is an actual vintage backgammon. And I think, if I remember correctly, the pieces were made of Bakelite, and so were the dice. And all of the pieces are there. The dice are there, and both cups. And the board's a little dirty, maybe needs a little cleaning, but if I end up deeming that the board's not sellable, I can always part it out, and people usually pay pretty well for the parts for that. So, couple of hats. And then, excuse me. Over here we have Max from the Grinch. A Tomater alarm clock. Business grade wireless in router. Has power over Ethernet, so definitely has a possibility of getting sold pretty well. The High School Musical dance pad. An old Sony CD player, tape cassette, and radio. I tested that actually in the store fully before I bought it, so I was able to know for sure that it works. But
I think all in all, we had a good haul. I'd like to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely a lot of work. We underestimated, I guess, or overestimated the amount of work and time that it was going to take. because there ended up being
Three
three.
Goodwills that we had on our list we didn't get to.
Yep, they were.
And one we ran through.
Yeah,
Because
and
it was closing.
it was closing time, and it was in Nashville, so we wanted to actually. It was in Nashville proper, so we wanted to go through it and see, if there was anything really cool in it. It could have been too. I mean, if we'd had more time to really look. What was probably your favorite find of the whole thing?
Oh, gosh. That's hard. Honestly, I think the 3 blankets. The 3 handmade blankets.
Yeah, that's definitely nice. It's like you said, we just don't see those around here, especially not a granny square. Granny square blankets, those are probably gone before we ever see them.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite find?
Oh goodness, there were several that I really liked. I liked the Nerf gel gun. I think that's really cool that found something that brand new in a package that sells for as much as it does. But from a nostalgia and personal standpoint, it would definitely have to be Master Yoda. That's going to be a hard one for me to part with.
Might hold on to it for a little while.
Yeah. So as always, guys, I invite you to comment down below. Tell me what your favorite item was that you found. Anything you might have seen in the store that maybe we didn't see when we were going through the shelves.
Or if you're from Tennessee, any other thrifting place that maybe we can add onto our list next time.
Yeah, absolutely. So as always, I ask too that if you like what you've seen, please hit that like and subscribe button. And we'll see you again in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.